Hello everybody and welcome back to another book review. I'm so happy to be back and I'm ready to do another book review for you guys. Thanks again for everybody who has joined Ringtail Productions. I'm happy to have you and thanks for coming back for another video. Today I'm here to review the books of Disney Pixar's Coco and I'm actually really excited for this book. I'm not sure if you guys know this movie already, you probably do, but it kind of is very similar to the Book of Life, kind of how one of these two guys are fighting over the girl, but then he kind of gets, I don't know, one of the main characters dies, but then he goes to the land of the dead and he has to kind of fight his way back and kind of prove to himself that he's supposed to be there, supposed to be alive, I don't know. But it's kind of similar to that, but this one's more, I think, a traditional route that Disney wanted to take. This whole story, or this whole, what the movie is based about, it's about this little boy named Miguel, and Miguel just loves music. He idolizes it, and he just wants to be a musician. However, his family is very against music. They ban it and they don't want nothing of him to do with it. But Miguel is just determined to determined to be a musician. But he has an idol called De La Cruz, and obviously you can see him right there, and obviously it's Miguel's idol. And Miguel finds out that he might just be related to De La Cruz, and he decides he wants, I don't know. Anyway, it gets kind of confusing later on when he goes into his memorial grave thing and he picks up his guitar and he strums it, and then he kind of gets transported to the land of the dead where everybody who passes on goes to the next life. And Miguel kind of has to find his way home, but he also wants to find his potential long-lost grandfather. So, yeah, that's kind of what this nutshell of what the trailer says. And before I go any further, I just want to let you know there are going to be spoilers, so fair warning. Anyways, let's get started. So obviously we should get started with the main guide here, and obviously it's going to have all your essentials, and of course it kind of shows you around and you get to know characters, some settings, which is really nice. And what I really like about this whole entire book is that it goes really well in depth about the culture of Mexico. And what Disney has done over the past couple of years is any single time they make like a cultural film, like Moana last time, they went on like a trip to the Hawaiian Islands and they learned about the culture so they can definitely understand it better. And they did the same thing with this film when they went to Mexico and they had, they tried food, they learned about the culture, and of course they learned about the Day of the Dead. I don't know how you pronounce that in Spanish. It's something I don't know at the top of my head, but of course they learned all that so they can do it respectively and not just assume what it is and then make a movie about it and it just sucks. But anyways, I actually went to Mexico too, like a few years ago, and it was really awesome because I went to a couple of different cities because I went on a cruise, so I got to experience a lot of the different cities and atmospheres of Mexico. I went to Los Cabos, Lorenzo, La Paz, and I went to a few other cities, but I can't remember them at the top of my head. But it was an amazing experience because it really showed the culture of this movie. So yeah, this is just the nutshell of this book. It's really awesome. This is actually like my favorite character. I really like the spirit guides. I guess for some odd reason, when they pass over, the animals kind of become guides for different people. And as you can see, this is a huge spoiler, but it seems like Dante is Miguel's spirit guide and he earns his wings. And this is Pepita, and Pepita is a very cool leopard, and it looks like she's a mix of all sorts of different animals, which will actually explain it better when we get to another book. I'm just gonna speed this up here because we still got like quite a few books left to go through. So yeah, that's the guidebook for ya. And the retail price is about $12.99 and $16.99. It always seems like these books always get more expensive, but I mean, that's just life for ya. So the next thing we're going to show you is this book. Obviously, this is the storybook. It's much smaller than the other big golden books or the small little golden books that they have. I don't have any of them today because I decided not to get that. But this one pretty much is the same thing, but it's just kind of like a shortened down version. And you can actually listen to like a narrator read it to you on your computer. If you have a CD, you can do that. And basically it takes you in and it tells you about the story. From what I read about the story, I already know what happens. But obviously, I'm gonna go see the movie anyways, because it kind of looks pretty cool. Oh yeah, too, and it looks like Miguel starts turning into a skeleton. I think if he doesn't get home in time. But yeah, this book's really cool if you want the story version. And there's a CD if you want to listen to it. And here we have another one. It's kind of the same thing. It's a shortened down version of it. But it's still pretty cool. And at the back here, we actually have some character profile cards that I think they're just kind of collector cards. But they have like a lot of cool characters. They actually have a lot of Miguel's family. And they, of course, they have Dante, Hector, and Ernesto de la Cruz, Mama Imelda. And I'm not going to try to pronounce any other names because I am probably just butchering the names here. And I apologize if I am. So yeah, this is another very cool book. And we have another one right here that's kind of like a sticker book and a coloring book all in one. I like this picture of Dante catching the bone, and then I didn't notice this before. I'm like, but isn't he made of skeletons? And then I realized that, oh, this part of his hand's gone. Anyway, this whole book is kind of starting off with coloring and activities on the second half. And then on the first half, you get like a whole bunch of stickers at the beginning of the book. And this is kind of like a smaller version of the storyline. And you can place stickers in different scenes. That's fun. Yeah, that's another great book you could get too if you like those sort of things. And here we have just the same sticker book. Obviously, if you like scenes, this is the book for you. For some odd reason, they charged $8 for this, where I think it's a little expensive for what you're not getting. But there's a ton of stickers in here. And then I think there's actually a couple extra ones too that you can use as well. This is another great book too if you like stickers, or if you're a little one, you're just starting out with a book and you don't want them, you know, you just want a little guide or a little activity book. That will keep the little ones busy. And then we're going to get on to the last one here, and I think this one's a really cool book. This one has nothing to do with the main storyline. It's just kind of like a side story, and you kind of learn a little bit about what Pepita is. I do not know how to pronounce that, and I'm not going to try to pronounce that because I feel like that would just be very bad. But basically, what I read about this book is it's like Mexican folk art, and basically a long time ago, I think like an artist or something kind of was sick and he was hallucinating, and he kind of pictured animals, but they were all disfigured. They all had like different body parts and different sorts of animal parts to them, and that's kind of how, and I think he actually started to paint them, and they actually sold pretty well. And still to this day, if you go to Mexico, I'm pretty sure you will be able to see them around. So basically, Miguel is going to school, and his teacher is saying that they have an art project, and they have to make these little figures, and they have to pick like 5 or something of their favorite animal, and combine them together to make one of these creatures or one of these arts. And Miguel kind of goes around and he's finding his animals that he likes. And he makes like quite a few. And he goes to his family and he finds out his family had like pets that they liked or animals that they liked. Basically, he's just connected with his family. And of course, Dante's in the book. And of course, he couldn't forget Dante. And then he makes a whole bunch of different creatures. And yeah. And at the back here, you actually get some stickers. I believe that's true. Yes, you get stickers. You could probably place them wherever you want. And you also get some punch-out things here of what Miguel did. I think you can also put them on stamps. You just it's kind of hard to see. But I think what you can do is demonstrated here is you kind of just pop the sides out and you kind of just line it up with the little cardboard thing at the back. So they're like little figures. Even if you can't make one, even though I think you should try to make one. Actually, would be a pretty cool project if you had to do like a cultural project. I think if you did Mexico and you did like Mexican folk art, it's very popular because skulls are a big thing. In Mexico, when I saw it, there was like a whole bunch of these little things and they're really cool, but I didn't pick any of them up because I didn't find any ones that I liked. But if there was ones like these, I think I would pick some up. Anyways, guys, that's all I have today with the Coco books. I truly believe that this movie will be an amazing movie. I hope it is, because a lot of people are saying that it's kind of taking the route of The Good Dinosaur, and I really hope it doesn't, because it looks like it's a great historical film. It tells really a lot about the culture. I think there's going to be a lot of amazing music. There has to be music in it. And of course, animation is going to be better than ever. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. New videos will hopefully be coming soon. Can't promise when the next one will be, but hopefully this will do for now. Anyways, I'll see you all in the next video.